provisioning day for a 5-week trip. So of course, it's raining. Oh well. I'm a little overwhelmed. I have to get the shrimp put away, the fish put away, clean out the refrigerator, get organized, go grocery shopping in the rain again, and be ready to go for a 5-week trip. So I guess I better get moving. Okay, it's been quite the day. This is what the fridge looks like right now. I took out the water in my wine so that I could fit the salad and cheese in there while I get the meat out and get it frozen, which will then clear up a shelf. But then I went shopping again, and I got another big bag full of stuff and another bag over there. Quite frankly, all I want to do is sit down and have a glass of wine and not put the stuff away, but I think I'm going to have to do that. I think maybe I'll get the ice cream in the freezer, have the glass of wine, and then start putting things away. Yeah, that sounds like the right plan. This milk is a find. It is shelf-stable milk. It's regular milk. It tastes good, but we don't have to store it in a fridge. Found it at Costco. Can't always find it at Costco, so I got 2 cases. It will last till next May. Okay, here's the refrigerator. We have the eggs, the yogurt, the pie crust, the lettuce, the vegetables, the cheeses and meats, lots of milks, creams, half and half, some rhubarb up there, a little bit of wine. I had to start moving things sideways, but I have it all in there. This is how full the top drawer is. We have our Papa Murphy's pizzas frozen. We've got an emergency lasagna in case I don't feel like cooking. We found that if we take the buns and put them in food saver bags and take a lot of the air out, you can't take all of the air out or else you get flat buns, but that they freeze really well. We have some basil and peppers and some other things that I've frozen in case we run out of fresh vegetables. Don't want that to fall out. Closes. Here is the bottom. Again, the shrimp. I was able to put the ground beef on top of it because it's got a pretty solid backing, which won't get poked with the shrimp. Got my cheese. Some emergency garlic bread to go with that lasagna if I ever don't feel like cooking. I took out the big ice container since the ice maker's not working right now. Just use that and have more ice, so that'll all fit. I keep my pantry pretty stocked anyhow, but it's stocked. I have the jarred food that I use that's ready to go, along with a lot of panko and tempura batter mix, taco shells, just anything that I need on a recurring basis. My freezer down here is stuffed. I've got all the steak that I just purchased in here. Got the rhubarb, of course. You saw that earlier. We have some more ground beef in there. Basically, I can't get to anything after the first row unless I take everything out. And my final pantry. I have olives and olives and olives because we love olives. Got my coffee. Decided it didn't need to be put in the freezer. We have a couple things of chips. We have lots of oil, some milk. I found this buttermilk that you can just mix for baking in case I decide to bake like a North Douglas chocolate cake and I don't have buttermilk. And look, there's an egg replacement. So I can bake even if I run out of eggs. I have spare flour and sugar down here. Yep. I think we're ready to go. And because inquiring minds want to know, I also have, I think, 3 bags of dog food, extra pee treats, which is the treats after we go potty where we're supposed to, and our wine treats for at night at 5 o'clock or later. So distance all set too, right? Can't believe it, but we're actually off the docks. We are headed south. Seattle is our destination right now, but we're taking our time going through Canada. We want to see some of Canada that we didn't see on the way up when we were in such a hurry. So we are going to go a little bit slower this time. Here is our route for the first day. We went down to Taku Harbor knowing that we could hide out from the storm. It has a dock, a float, and good anchorages. We are in the Juneau Channel, and here's a cruise ship that's coming into Juneau. So we're headed into Taku Harbor. We're going to spend the night there. There's a storm coming in tonight and probably all day tomorrow, so we might be here tonight, all day tomorrow, and then one more night before we head further south. We're getting 25 knots, sometimes hitting 30 knots wind. But what's amazing is in this boat, you can't hardly tell. So here we are on the chart. So we just have to go up around that point. Looks like there's already one boat in there, and there might be other boats that don't have their AIS in. And here's the worried captain.
Not worried. What should I be worried about?
You shouldn't, except for maybe your hair.
Yeah.
Okay, it's about 5:30. We expected more boats to be like coming in because of the storm. We're just kind of happy to be off the docks in Juneau, and we kind of feel like vacation has started. Eric is out here enjoying his first cigar of the trip. Kind of feeling like vacation?
Like I said before, it's kind of like the next step, and it's good to be out of Juneau, I guess. And,
Good enough to smile. And for me, I'm doing a little bit of laundry in addition to cooking. So tonight we're going to have potatoes and halibut bits. It's gonna be good. It's a foggy, rainy morning. Distin and I are wet from our walk in the morning, but we think it's good enough that we can go ahead and take off today and that we don't have to stay here for another day. So we are leaving Taku Harbor. Here is our planned route for this day. We left Taku Harbor, we went by Holcomb Bay, we then passed by Wyndham Point, and we went into Fanshaw Bay. These 2 boats are still here, but no other boat. And goodbye, Taku Harbor. Once again, you sheltered us during a storm. Guess we aren't going to see you till next year. Our experience with fog is that the water's flat. So I'm glad we went ahead and left the dock today. Haven't heard the weather forecast. Guess I'm gonna listen to that pretty soon. Eric did this morning, but I haven't heard it. Here we are. We are headed down Stevens Passage. We're headed south. I think we're gonna find a nice little anchorage right before we turn the corner to go to Petersburg. Eric is out there in the rain, putting away the fenders. definitely has a system. Eric is down there doing his engine room check. It's changed. It's still foggy, but now the water is a little rougher. Kind of have to hang on as you move around the boat now. Here you've got wind gusts up to 25. We're just passing the entrance to Holcomb Bay, which is where Tracy Arm is. Well, we have quite a bit of rough stuff going on. It's getting better. Everything's been locked down. I'm eating a ginger candy, hoping to get rid of any slight seasickness that I'm starting to get. Have my little electrical bracelet on. At least it's getting better. Yep, this is better. Well, the good news is it calmed down a little. So that should make the rest of this part of the trip a little bit better. Bad news is my stomach's not quite calm yet. So I might have to, I don't know, maybe go take a nap. After reading the charts and the guidebooks, Eric wanted to anchor here. This location was supposed to be well protected from southeast and northeast winds. It was supposed to have good holding over soft sand, mud, and grass bottom. However, the anchorage felt very exposed, and Eric experienced more like a gravel bottom. As a result, we pulled the anchor and we anchored here. Try 2. We didn't like the first anchorage, so we backtracked and came here. It does look better, so hopefully that works. Still a lot of openness behind us, but the wind's coming from in front, not back. Translation: the wind was coming from the south, not the north. This is Eric relaxing at night. He's still sitting in the captain's chair. Just kind of keeping an eye on things. We had an emergency meal that night. We were just tired, and it took a lot longer than we planned for us to anchor for the night. We have these emergency meals for just this kind of situation where things just don't go right and we're just too tired to cook. Well, it's morning, kind of. Distance down there doing her thing. We're up early this morning. We need to go get fuel at Petersburg, and their current runs pretty strong through there. So slack tide is at noon, and for us to get there on time, we have to leave really early this morning. So we're gonna fill up this boat with fuel. Sorry, it's early. That wasn't a bad anchorage. Today we went around Cape Fanshaw. We went down to Petersburg. We filled up with fuel. Then we went down the Wrangell Narrows. And we overnighted again at St. John Harbor. Coming into Petersburg, and for once it's not raining. We will be going against the current, it looks like, to begin with. It's 11:13 and slack tide is until 12, so we'll see what happens. For boat traffic. It looks like the fuel dock has got room for us. We had a heck of a landing in our last boat and it had power, so hopefully it goes smooth. Check it out. That boat there is called the Kupranoff Cab. So she goes around and picks people up on the water and takes them to other places. That's pretty cool. It's never a good sign when it's distance running around on her own. She's always up to something. Both tanks are ours, not for the faint of heart. I'm just glad that they don't have the dollar sign next to it. I was talking to the gas station guy, and he says that those sea lions will actually attack humans. One of them jumped up and got the guy's butt, and the guy had to go to the hospital in an ambulance. Goodbye, Petersburg. Sure is prettier on a sunny day. And we are headed down the Wrangell Narrows once again. We just left the Wrangell Narrows. We're going across Sumner Strait. And we are headed back over to St. John Harbor. We've stayed there on our way up and it was great. So we're going to just go stay there again. Check out this day. It's been nice. It's just nice not to have it raining. We're in St. John Harbor. And it is a really good anchorage for before and after going up or down the Wrangell Narrows. Look at this night. It is beautiful, and we have decided that we are going to take a day off tomorrow. Well, not a day off, but we're going to stay here tomorrow. Do some projects. And just not keep going. That's what it's about, right? What do you think, Distin? You like it? Smells good? So we have some leftover halibut that I have to use. So we are having halibut cakes tonight. Hope they turn out okay, but Eric seems to think they smell good. I should have been out here getting this picture before the boat started running. It was all peaceful and quiet and calm. What a pretty day. We are leaving St. John Harbor. It is a foggy morning. We wouldn't have so many concerns if the folks weren't fishing today. So there's fishermen out here with nets. And you do not want to hit the net. We were going slower than normal and paying attention to our radar. It was a bit tiring. We didn't get out of the fog until we passed through Snow Passage near Bushy Island. We were headed to Meyers. Check it out. That was the fog we were in. We just came out. And look at this. Gorgeous. Uh-oh. Well, our beautiful, wonderful cruise might be back in fog quick. It looks like there's a line of fog there too. Dang. I was liking the sunshine and clear skies. That's the Notorious, who followed us through the pass, and that's the Cayenne. I think I've got that right. It has been really nice for a while to just be in the waters that we're used to and that we know. So now we're back to that exploring stage where we don't know what we're getting into each time. But if we want to see new places, you have to get used to it. We are coming into Meyers Chuck right now. If you look off to the port side, this is what you see. A lot of rocks in the way. Not suggested for us to go in there. And then as you come in around the red marker, you take a sharp right. There's supposed to be a float plane dock that we can anchor a little ways away from that. So that is where we came in. Not between those rocks, but over to the left, where that you can't see the opening. There's another opening there, but they say not to enter there too. A friend of mine messaged me and said that he hoped we had time to walk the trails, that there are some very cool spider webs and things. We have plans to do that next time and maybe take a little more time here. And look, over there's another little waterway. It's really cute. It reminds me of Elfin Cove or even Port Alexander. Another beautiful night. This morning we're headed to Ketchikan. There's a porpoise up there. All of these boats are out here salmon fishing. We are going from Meyers Chuck to Ketchikan. Today's journey will be rather short. We are coming into Ketchikan. Eric is down doing his last engine room check. Reoccurring theme. And Ketchikan doesn't look too bad today. It's rainier than Juneau, so I'm pretty happy it's not like pouring down rain. This is the Ketchikan International Airport. It's owned by the state and it's operated by the Ketchikan Gateway Borough. It is the 5th busiest airport in Alaska. It's located on an island and it's accessible to and from Ketchikan by ferry, which operates 6:15 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. We are currently in the channel between Ketchikan and the airport. This is the Ketchikan Airport. That's the little ferry that you take over to the airport. So you go from here, across this channel, over here to the airport. Actually, that's the dock right there. Here's the airport ferry actually making the trip. The Alaska Marine Highways system is operated by the state of Alaska. The ferries serve communities in southeast Alaska that have no road access. The Alaska Marine Highway System headquarters are in Ketchikan, Alaska. Vehicles. Here are a couple of the ferries that are tied up in Ketchikan.
Master Ketchikan, Harbor Master Havaseas.
Harbor Master, back to the call.
Yeah, hi Harbor Master. This is the Havaseas. We're a 58-foot boat, like 2 nights of moorage with a starboard tie, and also need to have waste oil disposal available.
Yeah, Roger. Kind of lacking on starboard tie. You can go on the end of float 8. So that's stall 47. All the way out the end there. It's an easy one to back into. You got lots of room. And that means you need to have starboard side tie.
Okay, that was float 8. And again, the slip number?
47, all the way on the end of float 8 on the north side, and then at the top of the ramp there out by the road is a oil tank for your waste oil.
Very good. 847, end of the flow.
Yeah, Roger. If you want to go across the dock for power, just look for the pedestal with that red HV sticker.
How long a run is that, would you say?
It's just across the dock. It's 5 feet, 6 feet at most.
Very good. That should work well. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We'll be standing by on 7316 if you have any questions or problems.
Havaseas back to 16. Thank you.
I should probably go get ready, huh?
Yep.
Ketchikan has 5 boat harbors: Bar Harbor, north and south, Thomas Basin, Casey Morin, Knutson Cove, and Hole in the Wall. The Ketchikan Harbor. There's a Safeway over there. Guess I'm going to be visiting that tomorrow. We were in Bar Harbor South, which is very close to Safeway. Thomas Basin or Casey Morin Harbor are both in the center of town. Bar Harbor is a mile north of town, while Knutson Cove is several miles north of town, and the Hole in the Wall Marina is about 10 miles southeast on George Inlet. It's kind of nasty out there. We're in Ketchikan. We are taking advantage of this day by Eric changed the oil for the main engine. I cleaned the bathroom before we filled up the tanks with water for our next leg. We're hoping that tomorrow is going to be a nicer day and that we can take off. So I'm going to run to the grocery store, and then we are going to go get our COVID test because we need that before going into Canada. But right now I'm going to listen to the weather to see if this is even going to happen. We're getting tested for COVID here in the AMHS parking lot. It's rainy, it's nasty. Everybody else is in a car. But we are standing here behind the cars. Well, we got our test, and now we are sitting outside the ferry terminal. Thank goodness we're at least out of the rain. And we should have our test results in a little bit, and then they'll email us the kind of test, so we have that for Canada. So wish us luck. Otherwise, we're here for another 2 weeks. Distance cold. We're both negative, and now we're taking a nice little walk back to the boat. Nice weather. And the next morning, we are leaving Ketchikan and headed to Prince Rupert. Please like and subscribe if you want to be notified of the next part of the journey.
Havaseas you next time.